Hello and welcome to another update video about GALA. GALA, after the breakout that we had above this previous breakout point that we talked about, after this breakout here, we haven't seen any further upside momentum. The microstructure situation on the GALA chart is a little unclear, but it certainly broke above this trend line that we talked about before, and therefore I have to assume currently that this B wave low was already in, even though it would be an extremely shallow B wave. So anyway, that's just the microstructure, which is unreliable anyway. Yeah, I can only repeat that again and again. On the GALA chart, the microstructure is fairly unclear. Whatever the microstructure is, we've been focusing on further upside here on the GALA chart since end of October, which was the right decision. You know about that if you followed the videos recently and over the last few weeks, actually. Next, so first of all, the assumption is that this uptrend should continue. Yeah, there is now, I mean, there are not very well established support levels now. That's the problem. Due to a lack of a deeper pullback, it's any further upside is that assumption is built on an unreliable micro count. But nevertheless, the assumption would be that there is a good chance to get at least to 6.2 cents in the coming weeks and months. That's the 38.2 retracement of the move to the downside. We see the move up as a corrective rally, an ABC structure. That also explains why the microstructure is so unreliable, or at least not very clear, because in corrective rallies, or any corrective movement really, the corrective structures are not very clear. You know, they can morph, they can change. They're characterized by overlapping price action. They leave a lot of room for interpretation. Certainly not clearly impulsive. And it's an altcoin. Altcoin charts are always a little bit questionable. So we have all of that come together on the GALA chart. And however, this is resistance. I received questions in the last or after the last video. Are these targets, or, what are they? Well, not really targets. We can really only define targets if we have a clear subwave structure that allows us to define projections. I would call these more resistance and retracement areas. This is the standard Fibonacci retracement area for a wave 2. To a degree, it's a target range, but for corrective patterns, you can't really define targets. It's more like resistance. Doesn't need to get there, right? Whereas with targets, there's an increased likelihood to get there. Resistance is just what it is, resistance. So as long as the price stays below that, this particular wave pattern continues to unfold, okay, which is a 5-wave move down. It would take a break above 33.6 cents, which therefore is absolutely realistic within a wave 2 to be reached, but it takes a break above that, which is then an unrealistic zone for a wave 2. It takes a break above that level to indicate that, yes, something more bullish is going on, okay? And that we can get to new all-time highs. So at the moment, the trend is up in the short term. It could technically stretch to 33 cents. It's not a target we can give. It is a realistic level to be reached, but not really a target. Target would be something where I've got a bullish chart and I can give you an all-time high target. I can't give that for GALA because GALA is a downtrend. And GALA would need to prove first that it gets back into a long-term uptrend. Yeah, we're in a short-term uptrend, we're tracking it. And if a long-term uptrend shows from here, yeah, great. But it would need to prove that to us by breaking above resistance, because resistance is like a barrier that is a parameter within the current wave count, which has to be like this because the chart is in a downtrend. So because we have formed a new all-time low in the bear market, the chart needs to prove to us that something more bullish is going on, okay? And the problem with that is that these wave 2s, yeah, you can see they can be very shallow, they can be deep. So that's the challenge for us here to determine where will the wave 2 end. And maybe something more bullish shows, great, but we are far away from knowing that, okay? Now, on the way up, resistance levels structurally will be 3.5 cents and 5.1 cents, and then 6.2. Yeah, 6.2 is the fib level, the main fib level to watch. Also, previous structural resistance here in a few cases. And the 3.5 cent level is also structurally important, but more so the 5 cent level here. 5.1 cent has been resistance and support several times. And at the moment, the trend is up, and the key level to watch, first of all, let me go to the shorter time frame. First of all, it's important to understand that the last rally looks corrective again, but that is not unusual in corrective patterns. It just makes the subwave structure less clear. Maybe we're just going to retest the previous breakout point, okay? And it could, if it sort of holds today's low and at least doesn't sustain below the trend line here at 2.8 cents, it would be a moment where it can turn around from here. And below that level, I would use the B wave low as key level at 2.45 cents, okay? But it's not very reliable because this is not a very clear B wave. It's just so shallow. So what you can also do, if you're looking for certain levels to watch here, you can use that trend line as well in addition. So if those levels break, you know, then we just have to reassess the chart, which wouldn't be a surprise because it's a bit of a mess. So don't look for absolute precision in a chart that just doesn't offer that precision at this stage. We have to give it a little bit more space here. Yeah, there is not much more to add, so I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.